Welcome to Toffee TV, proudly backed by Ladbrokes for the season. It is the match preview, Burnley versus Everton. An away game, Baz. It just away games, it just doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter because we're all, I don't know whether there are people out there now who just go, well, you know, we can win this. But it's sad that it doesn't matter who it is. I just look at it with trepidation because it's an away game.
I think we can win it, but that'll disappear at 3:04. Well, it'll be well gone at 3:04 because it's 12:30. That'll have disappeared.
Should know by then.
Yeah, that'll disappear at 25-1. It's the kind of game that Everton could quite comfortably go and win. Burnley is struggling, not 1 in 12. So. 13th time lucky.
Pass me the bleach.
But a game where you'd look and think, if we get ahead against these, you know, they'll be struggling. But I know that I'm gonna see basically the same performance again. We're gonna go. It's gonna be laboured. Not gonna be any pattern to it. Well, that's how it feels anyway, and I'm hoping that.
And I also think that because of last week, he'll bring Snardlin back.
I probably will.
And it'll be more defensive.
It probably will.
In its
manner. He just wants a point, doesn't he? So he'll probably look at them and go, if we get a point here, it's decent. That's the way it is. They're there for the taking because they're struggling. Yeah. And we've got much better players than Burnley have got.
But they're organised.
They're a better team because of or are they now? They certainly were in the early part of the season because they were really well organised. Sean Dyche had them boxed off. What they do is the players work really hard for each other. You can tell they're unified. They're just not great players. That's all. You know.
No, that's fine. But
that's the thing.
But it shows that there is a team ethic there, and Sean Dyche has built a team ethic. Yeah. And he's got them organised. He gets them to play in a certain way. And I think that always gives them a chance. Obviously, there's limitations, and the season's dropped off them a little bit, but they're still up there. They're still still seventh, aren't they? Yeah. Still seventh. I mean, obviously, if we were to beat them, we'd go on the same points, but we'd still be behind them on goal difference. But you know that if let's be honest, if we've got any hopes of finishing seventh, we've got to win this game. We've got to, because I think this is the last chance saloon. Because if we don't beat them, and you're looking at the mentality going into away games in the future, I don't think that mentality is going to be there either. I think players have almost given up on away games. I certainly think the manager's given up on away games. And I think if we don't win this one, then that gap between us and them will be 6 points, and I think that will be too much to overcome. With the way they play, I think they haven't lost that many games, have they, Burnley? In terms, you know, they've drawn a lot, yeah. But they've lost that habit of winning games. And I think that will be too big then. I think that gap will...
What I find a bit mad is that this is where the season's been weird, because you feel like they've had a really
great
good season,
yeah.
And I feel like we've been horrendous, and if we win, we've got the same points as them, which is mad, isn't it?
But it's expectations, isn't it?
They haven't won for near on 3 months now. So, and Bournemouth haven't won for 2 months.
Stop saying it.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, I don't know what Everton are going to do. Everton could go there and win 3-0 on Saturday, and you'd go, I know, where did that come from? But it wouldn't surprise us if we went and got beat 2-0, and you were like, well, that's the way we beat. And I think you're right. If we win at the weekend, however it is, hook or by crook, we win the game. We then go to Stoke a fortnight later, going, well, we won our last away game, we can win on the road. But if we go there and get beat, you'll be like, well, we've lost back-to-back away games against teams we should be beating. Well, it'll be about 5 away games on the run then, won't it? Against teams we should be beating. And we're going to Stoke, who we should be beating, they're second to bottom, with no confidence. So it is all about getting that win and run. I mean,
and the thing is, if we were to win this game, and then you go into the home game against Brighton, and then you go to
Stoke. So all of a sudden, you know, can get a run together.
But it's about this game, isn't it? It's I mean, don't get me wrong, Burnley are a good side. They're well organised, but we're talking about this game like we're really fearful, and it's just, this is where we are. It's pathetic.
I'm not fearful. What I am is, I've just got no belief in us as a team away from home. I look at us and I go, got good players. We've got, you know, you look at that Burnley side, without being disrespectful, because I'm not, because they're a better team than we are. We've got, but there's not many I'd have Ben Mee, there's no question about it. There's not many Burnley players I would want in Everton's side. I've got to say that. I've got to say that. You know, Aaron Lennon couldn't get in our side, couldn't get on the pitch often enough, and he's gone to them. So that tells you where you are. But them as a side, the fans are great, they get behind them. The manager's done a great job with them. They're a really good, organised team. That's what they are. They're a good team. And if they had a bit more money, he might move them forward. Listen, but he has moved them forward. So that's what I mean. If he can get them, if they finish top 10, they've had a great season because they're established. They're getting established. They'll have money to spend again in the summer. They can go again next season. They can keep adding 2 or 3 better players. They get a couple of good strikers. They're sound because defensively they're sound. Midfield's okay. They get a couple of strikers who are decent. Tell you
what I like about Burnley is that, and the philosophy, and this is why I like Sean Dyche actually, is because he doesn't compromise. He sets his team up to play in a certain way, which is pretty much a mixed bag as well. It's not long ball, it's not passy, it's a mixed bag of football, and he sticks to it, hell or high water, right? But because they are decent defensively as well, certainly this season, they get decent results, good to decent results. Or if they don't beat a team, no one ever batters them. I know they've had a couple of, you know,
we haven't had many.
But the point being is that they're so well organised that they believe in themselves, and I think that's our biggest problem.
They're competitive. They're competitive all the time. Liverpool beat them injury time. Arsenal beat them in injury time.
But I think
United scrape.
But I think it's more than being competitive, because I think they've got a belief in the way they play, and they're so well drilled that it's a little bit like when Moyes was in charge of us. All right, maybe not against the absolute best, but against everyone else, you'd always thought we had a chance of beating them, because you were never overly concerned about conceding too many goals. So that gives everyone confidence to go forward. Then maybe last season they weren't an overall brilliant side. I mean, the home record was fantastic. The away record was absolutely terrible. Oddly like us. But I think they always have faith in the way they play, and they've added to that this season. And then that's what completely we lack, is that we don't have faith. You watch the players and they don't have faith in each other. They don't have faith in the back four to ever really truly step up. You know, our full-backs won't go bombing forward because they're so worried about leaving gaps behind that other players won't fill. You know, those little things all over the pitch. But I think Burnley are comfortable in it. And if they get beat, they've been beaten by a better team who've got better players. But their system works for them, and I think that's what they're lacking. And that's why I like Dyche as a manager, because I think, again, we spoke the other day about when he played Southampton away, and it was 0-0, and he was like, sod this, I'm putting 2 strikers up front and I'm having a go. And they won it. They won the game. And that was because, you know what, he's probably looked at them and went, we're doing alright here, we'll be alright at the back, so let's have a go up front. That's where the problems are. We don't do that, and I think that's
what I'm saying. If they get themselves a couple of good strikers in the summer, they'll be half right. You know, they've got a good solid side, like you say, they know what they're doing. You look at, they lost Michael Keane. Okay, he hasn't had a good season for us, but Tarkowski come in and he's had a really good season. Ben Mee, I think Ben Mee's excellent. He's a really good defender. They lost Tom Heaton, he was a big player, but I forgot the name of the kid who's in, but he's done well for them as well this season. How is he? But you know, they've done well. So they are a decent side. But when you go through the Everton side, and you look at like Sigurdsson, and you talk about Wayne Rooney, and you talk about Theo Walcott, you know, and you've got Garner's in this, Seamus Coleman, hopefully he'll be back at the weekend. You've got Pickford in goal. You know, on the bench you've got Cenk Tosun, Calvert-Lewin. There's a lot of players there, but there's fearful. There's no belief in what they're doing, and that, you know what?
They're not scared.
I'm surprised I'm saying this already, but I kind of think they just don't like the manager. But not don't like him. But I just don't think they don't give me the impression that we believe in what he's doing at all, and they believe in the system. So,
but I look at Burnley, and I see a team that've got no fear. And what they've got no fear in is getting beat, right? And that might come.
And Brady, they've got as well. Who's
that might come from the fans. The fact that the fans are almost like, I think you get. I don't know. Listen, I might be speaking out of turn, but I think when you come up, you're so happy to be up that the expectations are limited. No, what I'm saying is though that no,
I think you've moved on from there.
But that's what I'm saying. So you build up, and you're so, when you first come, you're just so happy to be up that you're like, have a go at everybody. It doesn't matter if we go down, we'll come back up again. I think they've built on that.
Yeah.
And in this season, because of the early wins, the fear went out the window of being relegated. So they were like, well, we're not getting relegated, so let's have a go at everyone. Well, let's see what we can achieve this season. And they've gone with that. So when they played City the other week, and they're 1-0 down, and City are cruising and blah blah blah, and then I think Sterling missed the chance. It's like,
we're still in.
We're in this. Let's go. Let's go with that. What's the worst that'll happen? We'll get beat by Man City, the best team in the land, and they go put pressure on and score an equaliser. And I think that's something that we badly miss at Everton, because I think, you know, it starts with the players and then it comes to the fans. It's this idea of take the safe option. And don't get me wrong, it's been at Everton for a while. It's always take the safe option, and we'll see the game out and get a point, and you know. But I think Burnley are a great advert of, if you go for someone and you have a go at them, it's only a football pitch. It's 11 men versus 11 men. Normally, if you go after them, you can get your rewards. If you work hard, you're organised, and you're not fearful, then you'll get your rewards. If you get beat, but you've believed in what you've done, and you believe in it so much that you'll do it again next week, then you know what I mean. Everything will be okay. And I don't think we've got that. And I think that's where the manager comes in. I think that's the manager instills that in the team. And again, I like Dyche, and I wanted him, and if the Everton job comes available in the summer, I hope he's in the mix. I really do. Don't get me wrong. I'd like us to be reaching to the stars. But I wouldn't mind his name being in the mix, because I think he's got something about him that the players buy into, and that's so important. So important that the players buy into.
I mean, whether you take Joey Barton's word or you don't, he said he's brilliant.
So there you go.
And I think Kevin Kilban's
I just
work with him somewhere and
stuff.
He's
I look at him and I just go, every player that plays for you believes in what you're doing. They believe in you.
Don't really hear anyone who's moaning or unhappy about it.
But they all believe in him, and when you see him with the press and everything, they throw all kinds of him, and he's just like, he can take it. He's come up the right way in football.
He's work for him.
Exactly, he's come up the right way, and I look at him and I go, I would love a bit of that in my club. I would love the fans and the players and everyone to buy into this one thing. Just everyone buys into it at Burnley, and that's so important. And I think that's a huge thing that we don't have, and we haven't had for a while. Everyone buying into the one thing to move the club forward, and I think that's so underrated at football clubs. And do you know what? It's at the top as well, because you look at someone like, let's say, Mourinho. I don't know if all the Man United fans buy into what he... And I don't know if all the Man United players buy into what he wants. And that happens everywhere, but more or less he gets the success. But you see it at other clubs as well. You look at Klopp at Liverpool. Everyone's buying into what he's about. Everybody is. You know, Chelsea, I think Chelsea's another one where it's like, I don't know whether everyone buys into it. Arsenal, certainly everyone doesn't buy into what Wenger wants, or what has done for the last 10 years. I just think that
Pep, they do.
Yeah, Pep, they do, because they've seen
Spurs, Pochettino.
Spurs are a brilliant example of it. Everybody buys into
it. To be on the same page.
To be on the same page, and I think that's what Burnley have got. I think that's what they've really got going for them. I think where they lack players, he brings them in and go, well, you know what? It's not going to be hard for a year. If you work hard and you come in and you do what I tell you to do, and they'll go sound. Because we were talking about the other day, he makes players better. He makes players better, and players will want to sign for him. And Moyes used to do it at us in the chat when he used to bring players like Lescott in. He made them better players, so everyone looked at him and went, "I'll sign for him because he'll make me a better player," and it makes the team better, and everyone buys into it. And I think that creates a brilliant relationship with the fans as well, because you all feel like you're on the same page. I mean, they idolise Dyche at Burnley. They idolise him because of what he's given them, the spirit he gives them, and I think that's hugely important.
Do you think he could take the next step?
I'd have no problem with him being Everton
manager.
I'm
asking you, do you think he?
Yeah, I think he can, because I think those are the traits that you need to be a successful manager. Listen, there's all the other stuff. There's all the politics. Oh, would you attract this player or that player? But I look at him. The one thing that you'll never know till you get him at a club is, could he buy a player, or could the club buy a player for 30 million? Let's say that's the average going price now, right? That flag comes in, you know, modern day footballer, full of fucking hot air and all the rest of it. Could he talk to that player, and would that player listen to him? Right? That's the only thing.
That's the key.
That's the only thing, because players nowadays, a lot of them, don't look at the Pogba situation with Mourinho. Right? A lot of players these days are single-minded and think that. So that's the only question mark. But how would you?
You're not going to know.
How would you know? How would you know?
Well, you could get Fonseca in, and everyone's he's great, and players might come in and go, not bad. Don't like you. Yeah. We all thought Martinez was great, didn't we? Etu, Adam hung drawn and quarter within about 3 weeks.
I suppose it's how a manager treats his players, and whether those players go, yeah, you'll do for me, because what you're doing is you're doing the right things.
But then again, Pochettino,
yeah,
he went into them. Okay, he done all right at Espanyol, and he done all right at Southampton, but he'd gone from Southampton to Tottenham.
Espanyol,
now they love him.
Well, exactly, and now like Real Madrid are chasing him, because what he did, because he did the same thing. No, he went in and just went, I'll give all of you a fair crack at the whip, right? But this is what I expect, and what he said to them was, this is what I expect from you, and if we do this, we will get results, and your career will go forward, and the players you've bought into it are doing amazingly well. And then there's Andres Townsend, and what's he doing now? Because he wouldn't buy into it, because he wasn't prepared to work hard and put what was needed in to take his talent to the next level. Harry Kane bought into it. How's he getting on?
Yeah.
How's he getting on?
He's the biggest example, isn't he? Him and Dele Alli.
You know what I mean? They were all prepared, and that's what I see in Dyche, and that's why I like him, and that's where people will question him and go, well, what's he actually done? Well, I look at people like that.
They're stable, aren't they? They're stable. Stable. No, but I'm saying he'd come up, they went down, they come back up. He got through last season, like you said. They were excellent at home last year. This year they've improved.
Look at their away record this season. Last season they won one away game all season, and they didn't get it till like the second or third to last game of the season, probably when the pressure was all off. This season, first game, Chelsea away, bang, win. Go and look at their first 5 away games this season. They were all against like top 7 teams.
Chelsea, Spurs, drew at Liverpool.
Yeah,
beat us.
Went to Old Trafford
and
drew. Was it?
Yeah,
Boxing Day, something like that.
So
they've completely turned it round, and that's why I like him, and that's what I think. I think he's got everything that we need, and I think Burnley at the moment are a complete 180 on us. But if we beat them on Saturday, we go on the same points, and that to me shows.
Would you take a draw? Is a draw a decent result? Because if you're looking at the race for, I'm just going to turn this in a positive light. If you're looking at the race for 7th. A draw against them means they don't get further away from us. It's an extra.
I suppose. Well,
I'm not saying go and play for a draw.
I take a draw. I take a draw over the defeat, Baz.
Yeah. If we're gonna draw, I hope it's about 3-3, and we've actually showed some attacking intent. There's actually never been a draw in the Premier League between these two sides. 7 games, Everton have won 4, they've won 3.
They've got a good record against the City, especially at home. Haven't they?
10. We've scored 10 goals. They've scored 6. Win probability, which proved right last week. 37% Burnley, 32% Everton.
So it's hinting at a draw, because I don't think their home record's as good as it was last season.
They're better away,
but no. Listen, I like Burnley. I like what they stand for. I like what they're doing. I like the work ethic. I like the fact that I always like the fact when a manager makes his players better. It's called coaching, Baz. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's going to be the big next thing. I think in football.
Listen, I've got a soft spot. I played for Burnley. I've got a soft spot as a kid, and Gawthorpe Paul and all that, and it was brushed the terraces at Turf Moor, and we had to after training. So it's always I have got a soft spot for them, and I'm made up to doing well. But we need to start winning some away games. Just a law of averages. We should be able to go and win an away game. It's bizarre.
There's no.
If they were second in the league and winning 5-0 every week, you'd be going, oh my God, that's all we'll do here, because we're. But the struggle.
I like the Everton team to turn up with some bollocks and actually
look like a football.
Actually look like they want to win a game of football.
Like. Just look like a team. Pass it round, have shots. You know, we lost in injury time there last season. Ironically, in a game where we missed a lot of chances and they didn't have hardly any chances and they won the game. So let's go there and win this time. Let's go and Sammy Eto'o it up. Let's toast and be our Sammy Eto'o.
That was a good win, wasn't it?
That
was a good win. Eto'o missing out on an Ato'o by a post. His second goal was immense. His first goal was immense. The header. 4 minutes header, yeah. Second one, he just used it. Let's go there, be positive and try and win the game. Try and win the game, and at some point have 2 strikers on the pitch.
Go out and put them under pressure. Make them feel like.
Because I tell you what, right? If we go there and make it all comfortable for them, they'll batter us. They'll just go. They'll ride over the top of us. I'm telling you.
You'll cross it in, Ashley.
Because again, even though they haven't won for X amount of weeks, I don't think that these don't look like a team to me that worries them.
They've not won in 12, and we've won 2 out of 12.
But they look like a team that worries them less.
Oh, don't know.
Because I think they don't have that pressure on them,
and they know what they're doing, don't they? They know. He'll be saying to them, "Keep doing it. It'll turn, and we'll win some games. Keep doing. Where we're like, what are we doing this week, Gaffer? Yeah. Oh, we'll try this week, and that's how it seems. Who knows? Let's see. Fingers crossed. And
last week will give them all the ammunition he needs to go negative.
They watch Everton, mate. If they watch.
No, what I mean is though, Allardyce will they'll go. But then, listen, who's to say we don't have Baines and Coleman back this week? Who's to say? You never know, do you? We haven't had this. We've recorded this, ahead of all the injury news and everything. So who's to say we don't have?
Well, they're both in full training, I believe. So we'll have to see. We'll see whether they're both fit. He deems them fit enough to play. So that would make a big difference, certainly from last week. Having those 2 back in the side make a massive difference. Yeah. So, let us know your thoughts in the comments. What the hell have Burnley fans been watching this? You think this is Burnley TV? I know, you did laud them a little bit. No. I think that kind of shows where we are with us at the moment.
Not really.
But they are, like I say.
No, fair play to them. And as I say, the manager, I do like the manager. And
you want the manager, don't you? Let's be honest.
I wanted the manager. Well, do you know what, Baz? I'll just say this now, right? He gives me more evidence than Silva ever did, and Fonseca does. And I know even Fonseca's in the Champions League and all that nice, gorgeous stuff. But
some bastard though. I'll be honest. I'm hoping for Fonseca because I don't want to dye my hair red.
This
Toffee TV can't take.
This is the challenge. Whatever manager comes in, Baz said he's going to dye his hair that colour. He said it. It's on camera. He wasn't messing about.
I'm not messing. That's where I am with Everton at the moment. And this
could Sean Dyche pull off a Zorro mask?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
To be honest, he probably could. Did Zorro have a voice like that?
I don't know what Zorro says. So.
That's what he
does
says.
He actually say
that's
it?
What he says.
So well, actually, there's already been sort of a. You know what he'd look like if you put a Zorro mask on, wouldn't you? Don't you?
Mr. Invisible.
No.
Invincible. Mr. Invisible. Mr. Invincible.
You know what he'd look like if you put the Zorro mask on? Yeah. Puss in Boots.
Hey, what? Dyche.
Yeah. Think about it.
Because he's got the ginger. Listen. I like Sean Dyche. But I don't want to die.
Con the Dyche-o! Shawnee-o! Dyche-o!
If his name is Dyche-o, we'd have.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget, if you haven't subbed, please do. Click the bell for alerts. And if you want more videos, we've done a Boss Wonder debate this week.
We have.
Director of football, yes or no. See which sides we come on. And we have a very good conversation about how coaching could revolutionise football.
It could actually revolutionise football.
It could. So if you want to watch that, it's on Patreon. We'll see you later.